Theatrical Shenanigans with
Scott Carter Cooper.
Hello there, and welcome to our 8th episode of this 6th season of Theatrical Shenanigans. We are almost at the end of this series, but don't worry, we still have plenty more plays to share and guests for you to meet, starting with today. My guest today is a Chicago-based playwright who's also worked as an actor, singer, director and producer. He's worked with some incredible companies in his home state such as the Lyric Opera of Chicago, Steppenwolf and Trapdoor. But his talents do not stop there. Oh no. His work has been presented in countries around the globe, including Canada, Ireland, Germany, India and Japan. If all that wasn't enough, he holds a BFA from Drake University and an MA in writing from DePaul University. He first joined us as a panellist on the show way back in September 2023, and it's a thrill to have him here once again. Welcome back, Scott Carter Cooper.
Yodel.
It's wonderful to have you back with us. So, as always, we start at the very beginning. How did you get your start in the arts world?
I wrote my first play when I was 7. A version of Snow White, which we performed in class. As we went through school, I graduated to being on stage and went to college and got a degree in theater at Drake University. Moved to Chicago to become a star, and got just far enough along in an acting career to see what success would cost. And decided that wasn't really for me. So I started my climb up the corporate ladder. And once corporate America had crushed my soul just enough, I went back and got my master's degree just in general writing, nothing arts specific. And when I graduated, I woke up one morning and realized that I had graduated a year before and not written a single word. But I felt like I had to write something because I just spent all this money, and I started writing plays. And I really didn't settle into seriously writing plays for about another 10 years. And then I really buckled down and started writing things that I could send out to festivals and so on. And that's, I guess, what's led me to you.
But as you mentioned, you come with an amazing list of titles, from actor to singer through director and producer, and then, of course, most recently a playwright. Through all that, have you had a preferred hat, or has it just all been an equal labor of love for you?
Well, I suppose in the moment, whatever I was doing was my preferred role. I think playwriting probably is the best fit, because at least on the screen and on the page, I get to have absolute final say, right? I get to realize my vision in my head through the writing. And once I have sort of crystallized that, then sort of the final version of the play is where I go through and I start taking stuff out so that I can make room for other people to, interpret and make their contribution to whatever the final product looks like, right? And because I've had my final say, I feel like I can let it go, right? Because I know what I've said, what I've wanted to say, and now it's time for other people to say what they want to say with the piece.
But as a playwright, you have a wonderfully gorgeous collection of works. Do you have any preferred subjects you'd like to write about, or genres you choose to write in, or is it just a little bit of everything?
Everything that I write starts out to be very profound, right? Because I want to be profound. And then once I've written the profound version, I kind of get over myself and start looking at it and looking for elements or opportunities for humor. I don't know that I have a specific genre per se, but I will say that most of my work tends to come out as comedy/drama. I have one play that kind of qualifies as a comedy. And I wish I could just write those as effortlessly as some of my other works. But I think anybody who can write something funny, not just humorous or witty, but actually funny, is a genius.
But you've had numerous productions of your work all over the world. But is there one particular play of yours that's not had a production that you'd like to see?
Oh,
And why that particular play?
always the last one I've just completed is the favorite,
Mm.
right? And currently that's a play called American Triptych, which I happen to think is very relevant. In fact, it may be a little too relevant. Um, I had an opportunity to pitch it to some producers, and some of the producers were relatively interested in it, and a few of them were sort of offended, mostly because it's a three-person play, and spoiler alert, the climax is one of the characters admitting to have been in the House of Representatives on January 6th, right? Having been present during the drama that took place during that day. People had some real significant responses to it, which good, different, good or bad. The one response you don't want is indifference. So um, I feel like that's successful, and I really, really, really would love to see that one produced somewhere.
And finally, before we move on to our play for this episode, do you have a standout moment, a moment that makes you think, yeah, this is why I do this?
It is when an audience genuinely laughs at something that I have written,
Hmm.
um, or when I have written something that an actor and a director can build an even bigger moment.
Hmm.
Mostly it comes in the form of a laugh, of humor, but where they've created something that is far larger than what I've put on the page, right? My favorite part in the whole production process is the designer run, right? When everybody gets in the room, there's a very, very rough semblance of the set. People are still calling for line occasionally. And the focus is all on the work.
Hmm.
And everybody's focused on what is this piece saying? How can I contribute to it? Every moment, even the ones that are rough, are alive because people are really trying to make the piece work. And I love that.
Now I move on to talk about our playwright and play for this episode. Ken Green is also originally from Chicago but resides in the Dorchester neighbourhood of Boston, Massachusetts. He's a former Chicago news and sports reporter and editor, a bad slam poet, and by his own admission, a worse stand-up comedian. He was co-host and co-producer of Story Club Boston, a storytelling reading series, and has been featured on the nationally televised storytelling show Stories from the Stage on PBS. His play has been produced by Chicago's Stage Left Theater, Moonbox Productions, and the Boston Theater Marathon. If all that wasn't enough, he was commissioned to write a full-length audio drama about the life of Frederick Douglass by New York City's Ensemble for the Romantic Century. Ken's play today is entitled Your Favourite, and when talking about his inspiration, Ken says, "The play was based on actual events. I was in a gallery, and while the crowds at the museum were of course different each day, many of the questions, comments, remarks and things they did were remarkably the same. The play is my attempt at stepping back and looking at how the same environment can be a source of both wonder and boredom, and what happens when your thoughts aren't expected to be your own." Theatrical Shenanigans presents Your Favourite by Ken Green.
Guard HQ to Renaissance. 10-2.
Renaissance to Guard HQ. 10-4. Everything's good.
10-4, Renaissance.
Okay, now feel free to come closer. Now here we have the Assumption of the Virgin by Dominikos Theotokopoulos, better known as El Greco. Now, what's the first thing you notice about this?
Hey, how's it going?
The museum was founded in 1879 in the aftermath of the Great Chicago Fire. It moved to its current location during 1893 for the World Columbian Exposition.
Excuse me?
You were asking about the... Sorry. It's going fine.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. So, art, huh? Am I right?
Well, this is an art museum, so you're right. This is art.
Funny. No, I meant more like art. Like the history, the beauty, the things all around us.
Yes, there are things here.
Amazing. I mean, right over there, what, a Rembrandt. An honest-to-God Rembrandt. A Rembrandt. Like, look this way, nothing. Turn back, boom, Rembrandt.
Yes, boom.
And Monet. I mean, come on, Monet, get out of here.
Can't do that, sir. I'm working at the moment.
Just right there, a Monet, and a Cézanne, and a Goya,
And many other works of art in this art museum.
Exactly. I mean, I don't have to tell you about, well, I mean, look at you.
What am I doing?
Well, you're here.
I do exist on this earth.
No. I mean, you're here in this museum.
Well, museum guard isn't really a work-from-home position.
I mean, you're lucky enough to stand right here all day.
That's a very liberal interpretation of the word lucky.
And you get to see up close all this art every single day.
Well, the art's over there. I'm here, so technically, yes, I get to see it every day.
I mean, come on. Gauguin. Gauguin. An actual Gauguin. Oh, that's pretty mind-boggling.
As an amazing, overwhelming, incomprehensible, seeing art in an art museum, that's mind-boggling.
Okay, maybe not Cleveland Browns winning the Super Bowl mind-boggling, but...
So, some less mind-boggling level of mind-boggling.
I envy you, my friend.
I stand in one spot for 5 hours. My arches are as flat as a Kansas basketball court, and I actually have to tell people they can't put their hands on a Sunday afternoon on the island of the Grand Jatte by Georges Seurat. What part of that do you envy?
Now, I'll admit, I'm no art expert. I mean, I know some of the famous guys, Whistler and, Van Gogh, of course.
Of course.
The Melty Watch guy.
Salvador Dali.
No, the other guy.
The other?
But, overall, I don't know my ass from a Holbein in the ground.
And you said you weren't an art expert.
But I do appreciate art, you know? I really do. I mean, sure, I own the second and third largest Honda dealerships in the upper Midwest region, and look out, Norm Jacobson's Honda Superstore, I'm gunning for you. But I also appreciate art. All this art, I appreciate it. I appreciate art. I'm appreciating it right now.
And I'm sure the artists appreciate you appreciating their art. Or would if they weren't dead.
So, what about you?
What about me what?
I mean, which one...
Which one what?
is your favorite?
My favorite what?
Your favorite pre-sweetened breakfast cereal. Come on, man. Your favorite painting, of course. In this museum. Like, the one that gets you right here.
You're grabbing your stomach.
Exactly. The one that makes your stomach all fluttery and your heart beat 10 times faster.
That sounds like pancreatitis. No, I don't.
Okay, say you can take a painting home.
That would require a lot of paperwork.
Fine, we do paperwork, bing, bang, boom, you take it home. Now, which one?
Look, there are too many to choose from, so I don't...
Oh, wait, the classics. Look, I'm in the car business. It's my job to read people, and you, like, the masters. Vermeer, Da Vinci, Michelangelo, no, Degas. I mean, who doesn't love freaking Degas? I mean, come on.
Sure, the masters.
No, wait. You look more abstract.
I try not to slouch.
You're more modern. Probably a Kandinsky guy, or Man Ray. Yeah, Man Ray. Everybody loves Man Ray. Like that TV show, you know, with the guy and the wife.
I got the joke.
But seriously, what I meant was, what's your favorite painting?
Look, I'm trying not to be rude, but...
What? Oh, no, you are not rude. You seem very patient and reasonable. Patient and reasonable. Like a pope or someone who works at a public television station. You are that patient and reasonable.
Well, it comes in handy. Like right now, in fact.
So anyway, favorite painting. Go.
Sorry. No.
No?
Yes. No.
So, wait. I ask favorite painting and you...
No.
Is that the name of the artist or the painting or...
No. That's just me talking. No.
I don't Look, I apologize if I said something wrong, and I blame my white privilege.
Your white privilege is fine. But just... no.
Okay, so I ask your favorite painting, and you... No.
Bingo.
But favorite painting? It's just a simple question. Just one person, me, asking another person.
Me?
Exactly. Asking a very simple question. I mean, favorite painting? Pfft, barely even a question.
Barely. But still a question, though. A little personal, too.
Personal? Nah. It's just favorite painting. It's not like asking for your birth date or, for some of your urine.
Why would you want my urine?
To steal your DNA, I guess? I think you can do that with urine.
Well, I'll give you all the urine you want.
So, you're okay with identity theft, but not with saying your favorite painting?
Right. No.
Can I ask why?
Sure.
Ah. Okay. Why?
Because it doesn't matter.
You think your favorite painting doesn't matter?
To me, sure. To someone else? No.
Come on, man. Of course it matters. Your opinion on art matters. It's the exchange of human ideas, sharing viewpoints. Everybody's art opinion matters.
Not really.
Oh, of course it does.
The other day someone said Van Gogh's Starry Night was the greatest painting ever.
I could see that. It's a classic, like a beautiful dreamscape of...
Because the title would also be a great stripper name.
Oh, well, still, it's an opinion worth...
Okay, fine. Say I tell you my favorite painting. Then, what?
What?
What happens?
Well, you tell me your favorite painting and... I don't know.
Nothing happens.
Nothing? Okay. Nothing, I guess.
Exactly. Nothing happens. So why bother asking?
Well, what's supposed to happen? We're just two people connecting, making conversation. It's like accepted museum protocol. You visit a museum, you ask the guard their favorite painting. It's probably an insult for me not to ask.
Standing in one spot for 5 hours, staring at some undefined point in the horizon, contemplating life, doesn't give me special insight into abstract impressionism. Fine. I tell you my favorite painting, you listen to me, and then you go, oh, or nice, or great.
Okay, so...
And then, nothing. You go on with your day, I go on with mine, and whatever I said is forgotten like, so why bother?
Well, I mean... Okay. Maybe you're right.
Maybe I'm right?
Fine. You are right. My head's not going to explode if you tell me your favorite painting. Which is...
Nope.
And I'm probably not going to be sitting in a restaurant a month from now thinking, wow, I still can't believe that was his favorite painting.
Exactly.
But again, it's just one of those questions that people ask someone with a job like yours.
Do you ask the kid tearing tickets at the movie theater what he thinks of Kurosawa? Or do you just go sit down and eat your overpriced red Twizzlers?
Well, why would I...
Do you ask the guy at the security desk of the Empire State Building if he thinks Art Deco is going to make a comeback?
Well, no,
So why ask me about my favorite painting? Especially when people really don't care. All day long, people come here and demand.
Demand?
Okay, ask with usual directness. They ask me my favorite painting. Like they're the only one to ever think of doing that. Like they're the first ones to come up with that question. You know, there are a million other things they could ask me. What's it like working in a museum? Has anybody ever tried to steal a statue? Has anybody ever vomited on a painting?
Wait, have they?
No idea. But isn't that a much more interesting question? You remember that answer. But all anyone wants to know is...
Excuse me, you work here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. What's your favorite painting?
Sorry, no.
All right then. Have a nice day.
You too, ma'am.
Wow, you couldn't have scripted that any better. At least she was nice about it.
I had one guy report me for not answering the question. They had to explain it's not a job requirement. But over and over and over, people ask. You ever been asked the same question over and over and over?
Actually, yeah. But my mom stopped when I got married.
Besides, what's your favorite painting isn't a throwaway question. It's not something I can answer on a whim. Favorite painting? It's the result of time, thoughtful consideration, my entire life experiences up to that point. The places I've been, the people I've met, what I ate that day.
What you ate?
Well, sure. I mean, I'm not going to eat a big breakfast and go look at a Picasso, am I?
Yeah, that's... ridiculous?
Exactly. Scrambled eggs, sausage, ham, toast, hash browns, and les demoiselles d'Avignon. Who does that?
No one, I guess.
Of course not. Proto-Cubism is more fresh fruit, yogurt, maybe muesli. Now, your big breakfast, that's post-impressionism. Your Paul Cézanne basket of apples, Gauguin's Two Tahitian Women, The Boating Party by Mary Cassatt. Stuff you can sink your teeth into.
What about a bagel and cream cheese?
Easy. Art Deco, Ert, André Marais, Claire Collinet. You know, soft, yet still out of structure.
Kale salad.
Pop art. I mean, Andy Warhol, Liechtenstein. Familiar, but with a little spin. Kale salad, for sure.
You might have a point. Once I had a bowl of chili before a Basquiat exhibition. Couldn't enjoy it at all. You have got some well-thought-out ideas on art. And I guess food, too.
Which is why I don't talk about my favorite painting. People don't actually want to know. They don't care about my thoughts on why Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec would have been a much different artist had he been 6'1" instead of 4'8".
Well, I imagine the floor wouldn't have been a big part of his works. Look, I gotta apologize.
No, you don't have. It's just that after a while you lose your patience for small talk. People probing your mind just because you happen to be standing next to Paris Street, rainy day, 1887, by Caillebotte. You start having trouble even enjoying art anymore. You become a little cold, impersonal. Looking forward to the end of the day when you can get out of here and not have to talk to...
Good morning, Raymond. How are you?
Susan?
Isn't it a beautiful day to be working at a beautiful museum, surrounded by all this amazing art? It's a gift, is what it is. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation. Hi. How are you this morning? Isn't this place great? I just love working here. Didn't I say that already? I probably did, but it's true. I just love working here, meeting people from all over the world. 1 minute, I'm talking art with someone from Paris, then someone from Brazil, then someone from Toronto, and then someone from Japan. Just amazing. Oh, look at the time. I gotta run. I'm due in feudal Japan. Time travel. That's just my little joke. But I love that room. And my favorite place in the museum? Under the Wave off Kanagwa by Katsushika Hokusai. Just my favorite. My favorite. My favorite. My absolute favorite. Well, bye, Raymond. Have a great day. And you too, sir. Have a great day and enjoy the museum. And if you're in Asian art, stop by. I'll be there all afternoon. I'm no art expert, but I love talking about art. Bye!
She's pretty new here.
Oh, Raymond, I almost forgot. There's a cake down in the break room. It's my 3rd year working at the museum, and I just wanted to show my appreciation for being able to work at such a great place and meet and talk to so many amazing people. Make sure you get a piece. Bye again!
Okay, she's not New. Look, all this may just be a me thing. I've been here 5 years, so I should expect...
No, I get it. I mean, your favorite painting is your favorite painting, not mine. You don't always have to share your thoughts. People should be content in their own likes and dislikes and stop looking for validation. And Lord knows, we've got enough people sharing whatever is on their mind. Apologies for sticking my nose in your brain.
A slightly disturbing thought, but I get it. Thanks.
Look, I'm going to leave you to whatever is in your head. You have a nice day, or just have whatever kind of day you want to have.
Thanks. You too. Have a whatever day. Hey. Grade Rainbow.
What?
Grade Rainbow. Jackson Pollock.
What about it?
My, favorite painting. Abstract expressionism. Kinda out there, but I like it. I see something different every time I look at it. Second floor. Contemporary art. If you want to look at it.
Thanks. I'll check it out. Wait, I had a turkey sandwich for lunch.
You'll be okay.
Thanks again.
Anytime. Well, not any time, but, you know.
Well, I truly consider myself educated in the world of art. That was Michael Shipman as visitor, Sean Polite as guard, Ash Albaniak as visitor 2, Angela Sarabia as guard, Brian Cern as guard HQ, and Julie Brandon as docent in Your Favourite by Ken Green. Scott, what did you think?
I have to say that you could not have picked a better pairing of this play and this commenter. This was a play that, for all intents and purposes, could have been written for me. Right? I mean, I'm in Chicago. I go to the Art Institute 2 or 3 times a year. I know all of the paintings that are referred to in this piece, and that is my favorite painting, which is The Gray Rainbow by Jackson Pollock.
Oh my God.
I will go to the Art Institute to become inspired. So I know the world this play is addressing. It's delicate. It does one of my favorite things of all theater, which is it addresses larger issues without broadcasting them or advertising them in neon colors. I thought the cast was outstanding, right? Very well cast. I could see them in the Art Institute. I could hear this conversation. It's just a delightful little play. I loved it.
As the audience, we are discovering about this guy at the same pace as the visitor himself, and he builds this kind of, as you say, a facade of, not answering the question because people don't care, it's not his job, one of the many reasons he gives. And then you get this wonderful opposite as the second guard walks in with her wonderful cheery demeanor, and she's worked there for ages and she's not jaded and she never gets tired of answering the question. And then you just think, oh, it may be just him. And it's great. It's a wonderful discovery, because I think you can't imagine the two guards ever sat in the break room together, because I think he might kill her.
Well, I mean, here's how I see them, right? I mean, the first guard, like I said, has a reverence for the work. The second guard buys the painting that matches the couch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
I can definitely see it.
I have been to art museums where people are, checking off a box. It was I've been to the Louvre exactly once, and there were hordes of people who were checking the box. Okay, I saw the Mona Lisa. There's the Venus de Milo, right? Just and kind of whizzing past some really interesting, profound works that aren't in the art books.
Yeah. And I like the fact that he tells him it's his favorite painting, but doesn't actually follow that up with anything. Like he doesn't, you say he lifts the veil a little bit by revealing the favorite painting, but he never says like why or if there's any reason for it at all. And I think that's great because there's still that element of mystery. And also it goes back to what he said very early on, that it is a very personal decision.
Right. And the really great works do not mean the same thing to each viewer.
No.
They shouldn't, right?
I love it because there's never really a lull in conversation between them. It can, even though the visitor realizes very early on that he's not going to get anywhere, he never gives up. He's like, nope, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
Well, I mean that's the genius of the construction of the play, right? Because the guard is interesting and compelling without really giving you anything on the page to be interested or compelled to do, right? In some ways, there's an interesting parallel between this play and Albie's Zoo story, right? In that there's one person who has a nugget that he is protecting with whatever degree of energy that he's protecting it with, and there's another person who recognizes there's something there that he does not want to share, and I'm going to get him to share it. And that's a really compelling construction.
I can imagine this, if it's being live, the audience having that collective sigh of relief when it's finally revealed what his favorite piece actually is.
But it's daring to examine some much larger questions, and to do that and be successful, it's like a haiku, right?
Yeah.
A really good haiku will create a world that has different visions, or can have different visions, in a very tight construction. And that's why I think this play is so great.
And the thing is, obviously, we produce these plays for audio, but you can't help but imagine how it would look on a stage. And I think the great thing about this is, one, it would be very simple to stage. And two, it's a very intimate conversation most of the way through between two people discussing something that a lot of the audience will be able to relate to. Because even if it's not necessarily about art, being asked your opinion on something and not wanting to share it is something we can all relate to.
Oh, especially now, right? I mean, if a conversation even looks like it's drifting towards a political topic,
yeah,
people will kind of panic a little bit, because it is a minefield, right? I mean, and depending upon the level of enthusiasm on any topic, anything can become that, even art, especially art.
And it would translate so well as well, because obviously this is set in the museum in Chicago, but you could apply the same conversation to the National Gallery in London, or as you say, the Louvre in Paris. It's a piece that can live anywhere.
It's a lovely piece.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Okay, we are almost out of time. Scott, your final thoughts on the piece as a whole?
I hope that it has a big life, right? It really does deserve a number of productions. I hope the playwright gets to see them all and see how his work is interpreted and received by a number of different audiences. I really do hope that happens for him.
Yeah, me too. Okay, we are out of time. Scott, thank you so much for being here and discussing this amazing play with me.
It has been my honor, Rachel. Thank you so much.
And that is all the time we have in this episode of Theatrical Shenanigans. I hope you enjoyed Ken's play and my chat with Scott, because I certainly did. As always, if you like this episode or any others, you can show your support with a like, follow, share or subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, you can buy us a pre-show cocktail on our Buy Me a Coffee page. We will of course be back in 2 weeks with our penultimate episode, so I hope you can join us then. But in the meantime though, I've been Rachel Feeney-Williams, this is Theatrical Shenanigans, bringing down the curtain and saying, I hope you can join us next time. Theatrical Shenanigans is part of an RFW Scripts production, found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts and Podbean. Theme music is written and produced by Chris Cody.